What's going on, YouTube? This is SG1 Sports, and we're keeping our power rankings going here today with the Pac-12. Going to do our power rankings here heading into week 5 of the season. Not a whole lot. Actually, there has been a pretty good bit of change in the Pac-12, but not here at the bottom. Oregon State, number 12. I think they're going to stay here all season long. I don't really see any team in the Pac-12 dropping below Oregon State. Honestly, they're just the worst team in the Pac-12 right now. So they come in at number 12. Number 11, a team that's dropped a little bit, is Arizona. They actually put up a pretty good fight against Utah at home. I think 1 through 11, the Pac-12 is pretty good. I mean, besides Oregon State, I think the rest of these teams are decent teams. With Arizona and Cal, I don't think they're horrible, but I do have them here at number 11 in our power rankings. Number 10, Cal, they were looking good. They were undefeated, and then they played USC. But still a good effort. They had, I think, 6 turnovers in this game and still were able to keep it fairly close. So Cal is, I think, much improved from last year, but for now, they are still down here at number 10 in our power rankings. And a team that's dropping really fast is UCLA. And that lost to Memphis. Now they've lost to Stanford, and they got blown out by Stanford. So that was a tough one for them. They continue to fall. The defense is just not good at all. Josh Rosen has been pretty good, but can't win without at least a little bit of defense. And the number 8 team, a team that was undefeated going into this past weekend, but Colorado just really was dominated by Washington. I was a bit surprised. I thought that was going to be a close game, but Colorado maybe not quite as good as we thought. Because they haven't really played anybody else. So, yeah, they come in at number 8. Number 7, as we keep it going here, is Oregon, another team that has dropped. I thought they were back. I thought this was the old Oregon Ducks football team. They were playing really well. And then in comes Arizona State. And Arizona State looked really good in this game. Oregon almost came back and won it. But that's a tough loss for Oregon. They could not afford to lose that one. And speaking of Arizona State, they're coming in right ahead of Oregon at number 6. Due to the head-to-head, they're going to take this number 6 spot. Arizona State, that was a big win for them. We'll see if they can keep it going moving forward. And I still think, this is one of my teams that I had as a dark horse in the Pac-12 South. I don't think they're going to be that good, but they can win some games. Number 5 is Stanford. You wouldn't expect a team with 2 losses to be ranked this high, but they really look good against UCLA. And the power rankings are based that has more emphasis on the last week, the most previous week, than the top 25 is about the whole season. And this is about the whole season as well, but the emphasis is on that last weekend. That's one of their power rankings. Utah at number 4, they are undefeated. They are looking good. Not a real impressive win over Arizona, but it was a win on the road, so you got to give your hat off to them, and that was a nice win for them as they're up to number 4. Washington State, I had question marks about this team. The offense just wasn't what I thought it should be those first few games, but now they have got it going. These last 2 games, the Washington State offense is rolling. Luke Falk is rolling, and they look like a serious threat in the North. Big game between them and USC coming up this weekend. And USC has actually dropped for me a little bit. They've dropped to number 2. A so-so performance against Cal, and then the week before, against Texas, or a couple of weeks ago, whenever that game was. It's all just running together at this point. But yeah, they haven't looked all that impressive. I know they're undefeated still, but it hasn't been that great for USC, and that's why I have the new team number 1 is Washington. The way they were able to go in there and dominate against Colorado, that was huge. A road win, a conference win. That's the toughest team they've played so far, but the way they were able to win it, I think Washington right now is looking like the best team in the Pac-12. Still a lot of football to be played. This could very well be another year in the Pac-12 where everybody beats up on everybody else and Washington loses a couple of games, and the Pac-12 gets left out of the playoffs. We'll have to see how it plays out. That's kind of the way I'm thinking it's going to go right now. But who knows? Washington and USC could definitely, both survive and stay undefeated, or maybe just 1 loss this season. So that's going to do it for this week's Power Rankings. Go ahead and leave a comment down below with your thoughts. Who do you think should be moved up or down from my rankings? And that's going to do it. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more here on the SG1 Sports YouTube channel.